Hey ladies and gentlemen, Casual Crono here. In this video we are going to attempt the Cursed Dragoon, Roar Ye Tempest, the Evil Sword Shines Once More. This is the Crono Cross collaboration follow-up quest that basically was surprised on us recently. It is February 2026. And we are going to follow the adventures of Glenn, who I understand is going to join us at some point as a playable character. I don't know if it's during the quest or after the quest. This update just happened literally like 3 hours ago. So nothing's on the wiki yet. We are going to adventure out together, and I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. The starting location is Barokai, and I did read on Reddit, because when a new update happens and I'm waiting for the download and everything, I go and browse other things that came out right now. Alter Nikoko is now pullable, so I went to that thread and celebrated the people that did get her. I did not, but I still had a good pull session. That video is already online as well. And one of the things I read regarding this quest, the title in Reddit is How to Proceed to the Glen Symphony chapter of this Chrono Cross collab. Because it looks like you just go to Barokai. Let's make sure I'm on master difficulty. I am. So let's travel there now and see what might or might not be going on. Alright, it looks like the quest is right there. Why did this person post a question? Because it seems kind of obvious. And maybe we're going to run into a problem. Apparently, because right now, if we go to quests and in progress, I guess there aren't any in progress. It looks like, as of right now, as of release, you have to be progressing through a neither route. I wonder if I can bring this up while it's recording. Let's try it. It's very tiny right now. Okay. This is my first time trying to do this while I'm recording. So this is new to me too. I'll just go with that right there. Alright. You will see in the regular Complex Dream everything. There might be some spoilers on here if you have not done it yet, so read at your own risk. One of the very first quest steps is to talk to either Kid or Harl, and they will join you as a guest. If you are on New Game Plus, which means you've completed it with both Kid and Harl before, you have the option to choose neither. So that means you have to go through the entire thing a third time, once with Kid, once with Harl, and then you do the neither route, where neither one joins you. Now you do have the skip option, so it, I guess, would be a lot of skipping. But what the... let me go back to BlueStacks. There we go. What apparently seems to be the problem, if you have not gone through the neither route, apparently you have trouble actually starting this quest. So that might mean if you haven't completed Complex Dream, complete it, and if you've only completed it once, you may or may not be able to start this quest. So if you're having issues starting the quest, that might be the problem. I would think that that's kind of an oversight. I'd like to think that it gets corrected in the future, so if you're watching this video like a year or two from now, it might not be an issue. But if you're having trouble starting the quest, then go back to Complex Dream, finish it once with Kid, finish it once with Harl, and then finish it once with neither character. And from what I can tell, and mind you, this content has been out for only like 3 hours. So I might be overlooking something, or the posters in Reddit might be overlooking something, but that seems to be, once you complete the Neither route, then you can start this quest. So, good luck. I don't know what to tell you if you're having issues, because it looks like if I click this button, I'll go ahead and start the quest. So apparently I've done whatever requirements are necessary to start it. So if you're having trouble, good luck. Ask in Reddit, ask in Discord, post below. Maybe one of my subscribers will have an answer for you. So that said, if you are unfamiliar with my walkthroughs, I tend to edit out cutscenes. It reduces spoilers, and it also reduces the length of time that my video plays, because I have a tendency to talk, if you haven't already figured it out right now. And, oh yes, I tend to have, in the description below the video, I tend to have the quest steps timestamped. So if you're stuck on one particular spot, you can just jump straight to that part of the walkthrough, and hopefully it can help you. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. Right now, the wiki doesn't even have the quest steps, so I might not have the timestamps up immediately, but I will eventually go back and edit it and add in the timestamps. Otherwise, just, it's YouTube. Just use the scroll bar. Find whatever part is giving you trouble. So that said, first, it is almost midnight my time, so I am popping some caffeine open, my favorite Mountain Dew. I hope that didn't blow the speakers. I'm kind of excited. If you watched my poll video, while I did not get Nikoko, I did get Elseal AS Stellar Awakened. I'd had her at 2/3 for a while, and I pulled the third version of her. Who knew? So I have a brand new Elseal, or I guess an upgraded Elseal to play with. And I also got another completely brand new character. So I'm in a pretty good mood. I like Chrono Trigger, obviously. I like Chrono Cross, not quite as much as Chrono Trigger, but I do like the series. And filter, personality. Oh, I thought I left it up there. Oh yeah, Scars of the Wheel of Time. Okay. The other thing that came with this update, all 4 of the original Chrono Cross characters now have stellar boards. Harl stacks /magic weapon break, which is kind of interesting, and does an attack. And I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll just kind of highlight. I just kind of skimmed through myself. Starkey can do Stockade with his stellar skill, and if he bursts, he does a guard instead. Whee. And of course, his attack is stronger. Surge deploys double strike stance magic slash, and in a burst deploys an awakened form of that zone. And I haven't looked at the wiki. I don't know of that many people that even deploy a double strike stance, let alone can reawaken it over and over and over again. And that's something I value with characters. Aside from that, he just does a 2-hit slash attack. And then everyone's favorite, Kid, Best Thief, she does a fire attack, and without bursting, she removes buffs and debuffs from the enemy. And then she herself gains overthrow. In a burst, she only removes buffs. Why she doesn't remove the debuffs in a burst, I don't know. But she gives first strike to herself for 3 turns in exchange. And of course, does more damage. And then the other part of it is in a burst, as long as there's a double strike zone, she does Z Pilfer, which steals power, intellect, and speed from the enemy and gives it to the party. And of course there's other abilities and everything, but that's not what this video is about. But the 4 Crono collab characters now have stellar awakenings, and if you noticed in the quest rewards, simply completing this quest we gain 3 star charts, which means we can stellar awaken 1 Chrono Cross character. I don't know if there's 15 total star charts, because I don't know if Glenn needs 3 as well, but and I'm not really sure who I would start off awakening, but you know what, that's a problem for later. So got my Mountain Dew, has 6 minutes to midnight, and I think, oh, I was going over the team. I decided to use my water team today in honor of getting El Seal AS Stellar Awakened. I also noticed she was using the Prismatic Sword all this time for the extra speed, and it has changed names. It's now, I think, better matching what it's called in Chrono Cross. Instead of the prismatic weapons, now it's the spectral weapons. So she has the spectral sword. If you're confused, it's the old prismatic sword, just name change. I think the stats are all the same. So this team, Verdanta, of course, is the damage dealer, quite lethal. Annabelle, normal style, is the tank, quite possibly the best tank in the game right now. Aldo is holding a bunch of sword-related Grasta. Verdanta is an Avenger, so I have Leclerc holding Avenger Grasta, and then Resonant Power Light and Power of Offense Water, because 5 out of the 6 party members are light users. Ilulu is the only shadow user. Here's what she is equipped with. And here's the rest of El Seal's gear. You might ask, why am I using El Seal and not my shiny new upgraded El Seal AS? Regular El Seal stacks intel at the start of every turn. Once an enemy has 4 intel stacked, so basically after 4 turns, she has a skill called Glace Misericord. If I cast it once there's 4 intels stacked, the enemies will all have exposed water permanently for the rest of the fight. And I don't know what I'm getting myself into. If there's like a 12-turn fight, I want Verdanta to be hitting weaknesses all 12 turns, no questions asked. And Glace Misericord will allow me to do that. It doesn't even consume the 4 stacks of intel. If the enemy somehow removes their expose, I just cast Glace Misericord again, and the expose goes right back. And her AS form does not have that. Her AS form is extremely powerful, and a lot of people use it instead of her normal style form with Verdanta, but I just like the comfort of knowing that if I'm in a long, drawn-out fight, I have the ability to continue to make Verdanta extremely powerful the entire time. So that's the only reason I'm using the normal style form. It's possible in a short fight her AS form would make it even shorter. Sidekicks, Tetra and Moke. I like the heals. I gave Tetra the Magic Rewind Clock Hand, so his speed is not reduced, so he might heal before the enemy's attack. However, the Magic Rewind Clock Hand restores MP every turn. So he heals, he restores MP, and he improves max health and max MP, and provides resistances. So kind of an all-in-one there. And then I have Moke. The second Verdanta hits the first time, because she always hits weak points with her expose, everyone's critical damage goes up. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started on the Cursed Dragoon, Roar Ye Tempest, the Evil Sword shines once more. Start quest. Quest accepted. Looks like we're headed to the Serena Coast. And in the intro, they also mentioned the sword Masamune. Let's go to Serena Coast. Whoops, was it in the present? Yeah, it was. Let's go to the time layer and run back. Might save a few steps, or it might not. Anyway, the prologue mentioned the sword Masamune. Kind of brought me back. The first time... I know most of my Japanese history. I'm not sure if it's really part of the history. Looks like we're going there. Thanks to video games. The first time I encountered the Masamune was when I played Final Fantasy. I don't remember if it was in Final Fantasy 1, because I remember the Excalibur, I think, was the final with the good sword. And I usually had the black belt character that just punched with his fists. Oh, you know what? I should probably switch to sprinting raid. But Final Fantasy IV, I played the heck out of the game. That is, with Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy IV is probably the game that I've played the most. I might have played it more than Chrono Trigger. And Edge, of course, in that game had the Masamune by the end of it. And that was like, I want that weapon. That makes Edge insanely good. And so that was really my first time with the Masamune. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I remember that. All right, enough reminiscing. Well, that didn't take long. Glenn joined your party. I love hearing that music. Oh, we get the Holy Sword Einlanzer. Alright, well, we got a new character to see. Dig for information in Konium. And Glenn has joined your party. Alright. I'm going to assume that Glenn also has the Scars of the Wheel of Time personality. He does. Looks like he joins us at level 60. And he's already maxed out level 60, which is nice. Okay. Do not forget to give him his ability points if you plan on using him. Let's see. Looks like he has a dash series of unique skills. He gets stronger with each attack, and he stacks a power level. Max stack of 10. Okay. Alright, so if power levels go up, that can increase other skills or possibly have effects. Alright. Alright, so he can make himself stronger. Doesn't really help the rest of the party. He can apply poison. Does not say it is irresistible, so it could be resisted. Oh, he's another wind user. Decreases wind resistance. Preemptive attack. Stacks / magic weapon break, which would also make Sesta very happy, and Verdanta. Alright, poison. Persistent, ignores target resistance. Alright, so we do have another, instead of a pain setter, we have a poison setter. So if you use him as a poison setter, make sure you have Power of Poisons equipped on your DPS characters. Let's see, what would be... So what I do, I tend to stick a debuff in position 3, some type of buff in position 2, and a spammable skill in position 1. And the spammable skill, I kind of give preference to skills that hit like 2, 3, 4, 5 times versus single hits. But it looks like all of these just have a single attack. So then, since that's the case, I look at functionality. If I spam Sonic Sword, I could spam weapon breaks, because they'll be used up in the AF burst, so I could put back on more. Oh, it's upon first use. I wonder if the first use just means it's stronger, or upon first use it also does all this stuff. Probably just means stronger, but... Well, we know that the Neo Dash and Gash stacks, so that one, it would make sense to spam over and over again because he'll just get stronger. So that could be our spammable one, since it looks like they're all just one-hit wonders. Alright, wind resistance would be a debuff. I don't really see much in the way of buffs, and I usually have pain covered with others, so that's not really appealing to me. So I guess we'll play with Sonic Sword. That I might swap them at some point. Alright, let's check out this Holy Sword. Alright, it's a personal weapon. Critical rate 50%. I wonder if it levels up. Wait, level 60. Oh yeah, I guess the other personal weapons are like that. When we weapon temper them, they go back to level 1. Okay, well, maybe it'll get stronger as time goes on, because that's kind of just a... I'm going to go ahead and equip him with some very basic gear right now, just because, you know, sometimes in these quests, he might do like one of those solo fights or something. Well, let's give him that. And if that's the case, I would like him to survive the fight. So the question is, if I'm not setting... if I'm not setting pain, I don't need any of those. Which means the next best thing for him would probably be the power of Gales and Almighty Powers and all of those, since he's a wind user. I don't plan on using him at all. Supreme Power... Do I have a... I do have a bullseye. I don't plan on using him at all, but just in case he is used, I hopefully will be ready. Alright, Power of Gale's Sword. That's shareable. Guess those are exactly the same, so... Alright, he is geared just in case I have to use him. Alright, 5 Chrono Cross characters now. And we are in Mesita. And the last thing Aldo said, if you ever actually watch the text, pretty much the very last thing that said is where to go next. He said, maybe someone in Konium knows. So I guess we're going to Konium, which, on that note, in progress. If you set it to priority, you'll see those little quest markers, so we know where we'll need to go. So if I go to the map, now I can see where I'm going. And it looks like I'm going west. Go west, young man. Ooh, sparkly. Alright, next step. Sure enough, the very last thing that was said was, let's go to Corabel, which, that name is unfamiliar to me. I guess it's somewhere here. Snake Tail Corabel. Was it always called that? Probably. I don't remember the last time I've ever even been there. It's a pretty area though. I like this whole area. I like the sunset views. Mesita is one of my favorite spots to go searching for cats, just because it looks so pretty.
What we call now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that didn't take long. It looks like I'm in a boss fight already, and this is Master Difficulty. Okay. So we're going to... Is there any... There's nothing here. I wonder if this is one of those like feints, like it's going to be a tough battle and then he wipes out the team, and then the story progresses. Like, I wonder if this is one of those winnable fights or not. It seems really early to be fighting. Okay. Well, we'll just treat it like a normal fight, so that means I would have Holy Saber selected. I'm betting he probably does physical attacks. So she probably won't be counterattacking much, but either way, I need the rage. We'll go ahead and blue Ice Flare and just see what happens. We'll set a water zone, and we'll get pain going. Ooh, that took off a lot of health, and she's not very strong. Alright, this has to be like one of those fake fights at the beginning. 88 damage. I'm going to double check and make sure this is Master Difficulty. Okay, yeah, Ogre and Corum is basically thinking the same thing. That was too easy. The last thing that was said, let's return to Konium. And the next step, let Glenn rest in Konium. So I guess we're going to Konium. Next. Right, then let's head to Damaku. End scene. Every single time. Alright, head to Damaku to break Glenn's curse. Oh, automatic scene. That was a very short scene. I may or may not edit it out. Alright. With new ally Glenn in your party front line. Oh, Glenn may be in a cursed state when he participates in battle. And when cursed, Glenn might attack allies or stun them or do something. Alright, so basically it's like the confuse effect in a lot of RPGs. Glenn won't be controllable. Like, if you choose to do something, he may or may not do it. Okay. Continuing to use Glenn in battle while cursed will grant the player a mark of bravery. I don't know what that is, but I want it. Alright. So, let's do this. Verdanta has a skill that is preemptive, Sprinting Raid. And her speed is 271. Let's just temporarily throw Glenn in, at least just for the trash. His speed, yeah, it's bound to be less than hers. And I wasn't getting like the benefit of an automatic water zone with 4 allies and everything. Now that said, El Ciel's Glace Misericord requires 4 water allies, but I'll swap him out when it's time for, like, when I get to one of those messages that says major trial is about to happen. So maybe we'll get a mark of bravery just from killing trash. I mean, let's find out. Now, it has been a long time since I was in Snake Liver Damaku. Like years. I remember clicking on these orbs changed something about the layout. Maybe it added paths, or was like kind of like the upside down in Stranger Things, where it's same zone but different, you know. But apparently whatever it did is not in effect right now. So maybe we'll encounter something like that later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just wait until I get into a fight, just to make sure that Glenn and Sprinting Raid don't interfere too much. Oh, I see. So he goes before everyone. Alright, Sprinting Raid. The others aren't preemptive, are they? Alright. And that's preemptive. Let's do something not preemptive. Alright, so it looks like there's no way to avoid that problem. And he hurt Best Girl Verdanta, so how badly do I want those marks of bravery? Well, you know what I could do, since we're Katana. Is she wind? I don't know if she's wind or not. Atoa AS has an ability. At the end of a battle, she restores party's health and MP a little bit. So any damage Glenn does... Oh, that's even a bigger decision. Do I remove his sword? Can I remove his sword? I could. Do I want to? Might be for the best. Alright, now if he attacks, he shouldn't hurt as much. And after each fight, Atoa should heal. But when I see that message that says you're about to do a major trial, then I'll swap back to my normal team. Let's see if that was any better. Come on, fight. Hello? There we go. I just realized the enemies are like... Oh, that was still 800 damage. That was a lot. Okay, Sprinting Raid. The enemies are only level 58. I mean, I know I'm in Snake Liver Damaku, but I guess the enemies are not boosted for this. Alright, how much did he get back? 1,400. He might actually commit seppuku. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright. This is a learning experience. There are no walkthroughs for this yet, or if someone has posted one, I haven't run across it. Alright, looks like an automatic cutscene. Grim Cassie. And, oh wow, that was a lot. You all did just see that, right? She took 11,000 damage. And somehow she has 30,000 now? Okay. We'll worry about that later. Alright, Holy Saber. Sprinting Raid. And we'll just do a layer Tizona. It didn't say a major trial, so I'm assuming these are basically just trash mobs. Yeah.
Thank you for the support. You have my appreciation.
Alright, looks like we are just continuing. We are headed for the heart of Damaku. And in the words of Verdanta, I finally had kind of challenging enemies. Ugh, finally a challenge. Okay. The quest marker disappeared. I would assume we're going there. Maybe we're finally starting to use those orbs.
You picked the wrong fight.
Not bad.
It looks like Glenn is doing percentages. So I don't know if he would actually end up knocking out a party member, because if each time he does like 50% damage, 50% of 3100 then would be excuse me, like 1550 or something.
This was a big step.
Alright, are these clickable? Okay. Alright. So it is kind of like I remembered before. You click on an orb and some access points disappear and other access points appear. So on this area, when you lose the quest marker, go to the north orb and you reveal the path and the quest marker reappears. So I guess if you don't see a quest marker, click on an orb somewhere. Alright, so we're going up there. But we can't walk there right now. So I guess we just walk up there, use that orb, and then continue. Oh, the quest marker remains once it's been revealed.
Just a piece.
That's helpful.
We call now.
I won't back down.
Alright, Glenn, what are you going to do now?
The Dragoons are here.
Alright, click on the orb. And continue with life. Never opened up that part of the map. Well, it looks like
Nice weapons
in
you
this
got there.
area, the only choice is to go north. Use the orb up there. And see where we have to go after that. Dead end, I guess. I still haven't gotten any of those marks of whatever that I'm supposed to get with Glenn. Alright, let's see. Looks like we're going to travel to the southwest. Click on that orb and that will probably open up a path to that area.
I will show you how we fight in the north.
3,800, that was a lot.
Rest in peace.
Might not be percentage based.
Thank you for the support. You have my appreciation.
Atoa's going to be working overtime for this. Guess I never revealed a lot of these maps. Not surprising, this whole area was a bit of a challenge for me back when I first came through here. I was probably just trying to work my way towards whatever the main story quest chapter was and just trying not to die from all these trash mobs. Alright. Black Ring 3. Might have been helpful 4.5 years ago. Alright, guess we have to go down there. Oh. Sorry, forgive me. If there's new areas to explore, I like to explore them. Feel free to skip ahead in the video if this is boring you. Oh, so close.
I'll lead the vanguard. We fight as one.
You know, his Mena has... She automatically casts her Valor chant at the start of the fight. Like, before commands. I wonder...
The support.
Okay, we're gonna
You have
just
my
test a little
appreciation.
theory here. Not really a theory. Let's see, his Mena is Lance and Water. I think, yes.
I'll take the front line.
Let's give her her mystery. I just want to see if she'll go first or if Glenn will go first. That's all I'm testing here. Oh, look at that. I was right. Sucks to be so intelligent. Alright, come on, let's fight something. Will his Mena go first, or will Glenn go first?
To the future, guide this lance.
Oh, he still went!
The Dragoons
I thought I found a way around that. Well, that's... Anyway. Well, that almost worked. Alright. Let's bring back El Seal. Water Sword. And switch order. Oh, it's past midnight. Okay. Well, that almost worked. It was a valiant effort. Alright. You cannot use that. Alright, let's clicky clicky. Now, if this doesn't look like a boss area. No trial warning. Well, look at that. We got his 5-star without really having to fight much of anything. That's nice. Alright, he obtained the power of the Holy Sword Mazamune. New class unlocked. We'll check that out as soon as they finish talking, which is not yet. Alright, when you equip Glenn with the Holy Legends weapon, he will switch to a dual-wielding stance. Well, that's nifty. Equip. No, that's what he has. Alright, still crit rate of 50%. MP, whoa. I just resized BlueStacks accidentally. Let's see, did that mess up OBS? Kind of looks like maybe it did a little bit. That looks pretty good. Alright, sorry about that. I should probably just lock the size of BlueStacks, but then I sometimes will bump OBS and then that gets resized and it's just, yeah, whatever. Okay. So MP consumption halved is very nice. Let's see, he is level 80 now. Abilities. Alright, we're able to get both of those skills. Alright, so That's one skill. And what else did we just get? Dive and drive. Single enemy attack. When power level is 8 or higher, he can give himself overcrit for 5 turns. So all of these are single enemy attacks. All of them only attack once. But it looks like, I guess that's the MP reduced in half being reflected in all of these. So I don't know what kind of damage he can do, but it'd have to be a lot to make me, you know, replace another wind user. But that said, what's his stellar skill? Ah, he does attack 4 times with Heavenly Hurricane. Strength increased based on his light points. Ah, much like Aldo. And in a burst, you get a freebie dive and drive. Looks like the strength is the same. So apparently the only difference, so that's max 8. Aha, max 8 times. Alright, well anyway, he is not Stellar Awakened yet. I guess since he's not cursed anymore, I don't have a chance to get those marks. I don't know if I ever got any marks, or if it was just like a temporary buff in the battle. Oh well, let's go ahead and put back Ilulu. Alright. Oh, and we don't need a Toa anymore. Alright, that should be my original wind team. Check, 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 check. Alright. And what was the next step? I think it was just to go further into Damaku and beat up Garai. Alright, so there's the quest steps for anyone that cares about quest steps. Oh yeah, this is master difficulty, right? Yes it is, okay. Oh, there's the end quest icon already. The little crown means that's the last step.
I will give you.
So I guess we're going to have a major trial? Oh, it would make us walk there first. Alright. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Alright, whenever there's a new area, this is Snake Liver Damaku Swamp. Whenever there's a new area, I try to go the opposite way and look for things like treasure chests. If this bores you, please feel free to skip ahead. And I just got back 10 high-class scrolls. Alright, what's this little circle here? I wonder too, Aldo. Now I'm thinking of Final Fantasy IV with the Masamune, and then that took me to Cecil on top of, was it Mount Colts? Was it? Where he had to look in a mirror and basically face his Dark Knight history. Let's beat up the horror.
Don't worry.
Level 70. That's not very strong.
Sorry, gotta go shop with my sword.
Oh, I just got a orange something. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, I see a little crystal looking thing right there. Suppose I need it for the mirror? Obtained the Celestial Stream Shard. Say that 5 times fast. This looks like that mirror. Could they be connected in some way? Once again, Aldo prompting us to go where no cat has gone before.
Loving the attitude, Sosies.
That enemy is kind of off the screen there. Oh well. I noticed some of the text in the prologue was off of the screen as well, and I'm not sure if that's because I'm on BlueStacks or if that's just how it is. Alright, use it in front of a mirror to reveal its true power. Oh, okay, so you have to actually click it up at the top of the screen. Okay, so it just teleported us there. Oh, look, another mirror. Oh. Apparently you just need one shard and it doesn't get consumed on use. Alright, we get Alluring Shadow Staff. Alluring Shadow Staff. I guess that'd be for Harl. Alright. Doesn't seem to be anything secret there. Let's teleport back.
I will show you how we fight in the north. Thank you for the support.
Alright, before we, I assume, beat up that guy, I don't know if he does magic attacks or not, but he looked... If some guy is sitting there in full plate armor holding 2 swords, I'm thinking he's going to do physical attacks. And Deliverance Sword will counterattack physical attacks. So I'm going to switch over to Deliverance Sword and hope I'm right. Oh, I guess there's another map. Of course there is. Alright. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like exploring. Ooh, there's a treasure chest right there.
Nice weapons you got there.
Alright, how do I get to that treasure chest? I'm trying to go down, it's not letting me. I can't walk across. So I guess the solution is we teleport there using the mirror system. But the question is, which mirror? Alright, I saw a chest right there.
Nice weapons you got there.
I have no idea where I'm going, I'm just clicking on things.
Sorry, gotta go sharpen my swords.
Looks like we're about to have to change the layout of the area. I think something changed about the layout of this place. Alright, looks like we can continue in that direction. Which is about our only choice.
I'll lead the vanguard. We fight as one.
At least the enemies are pretty easy. I mean, it's Verdanta. I don't think the enemies would be that difficult no matter what level they were, but I'm just kind of exploring at the moment. I have 2 options for mirrors, I guess.
Finally, a challenge.
No, Verdanta, it's not a challenge.
Sorry, gotta go
Oh, I clicked too fast. I got another little orange thingamabob. Alright, this chest is Guiding Light Katana. That would be Kid. Alright, it looks like that's everything in this area. So let's go to that other mirror. Yes, we've been through it before, but we did change the layout of the zone. I saw a treasure chest up there. You know, I kind of like the fact that the enemies are not super tough even on master difficulty. Rainbow Spider Stone, that must be what it was. It's not like it's a challenge for me, but I remember how difficult this game could be for people, especially if you don't get some of the meta characters and stuff. So, I wonder if I can go get that chest now. Ooh, I can. And that's a chant script. Alright. So change the layout of the zone with that orb over there, then just run over here and run back, and you can get yourself a chant script. Alright, I think that was pretty much everything, so let's head to the exit. But as I was saying, the fact that the enemies are not super ultra powerful is kind of a nice change of pace, and I think newer players will appreciate this.
I'll lead the vanguard. We fight as one. Thank you for the support.
Alright, I see a chest hovering over water, and I see an orb right there, so I think I know what we need to do, but we need to find a way to get to that orb. Nothing else. Okay, well.
I'll lead the vanguard. We fight as one. Sorry, gotta go sharpen my swords.
Alright, looks like we're going west. Nothing that way. Nothing that way, so only one choice. And now I kind of want to go play Final Fantasy IV again.
Sorry, gotta go sharpen my swords.
When I was a moderator at GameFAQs, actually before I was a moderator. Is that the exit? Oh yeah, because this is the chest there. There used to be that water there. Guiding Light Sword. Surge. Okay. As I was saying, I wonder what would happen if I clicked on this now. If another passage gets revealed or something. Way back, like 1999, 2000, 2001, somewhere in there, when I was a frequent visitor on GameFAQs.com. Looks like that's all. I wrote a perfectionist guide. I noticed that once a character in Final Fantasy IV reached level 70, there were... Oh, I'm revealing some more of the map. I guess this is a new area. When you level to level 71, there was... Your stats would go up or down, but there was a pattern to them. Like, I remember Rydia could get 3 strength, 3 agility, 3 wisdom, and 3 will. That was one of the preset level ups. So if you got a level up and you didn't get the stats you wanted, you could just reset the game, get the level again, and just keep resetting until you got the stats that you wanted. And that way you could basically just max out your characters. And that worked for all characters. All characters had about 10 different ways that they could level up, and if you didn't like one of the ways, reset, get the level again. So I had a whole guide basically dedicated to that. That was one of my first, I guess, teaching moments in video games from a long time ago. And I even took the time to level up Yang in that forest near where, spoilers, well, he eventually leaves your party. But I actually leveled him up to level 70. I leveled Tella up to level 70 there just to see what kind of preset levels they would have. Because then you could, once you knew the presets, you could calculate what they would look like at level 99 without actually having to level them all the way to level 99. Might have done Edward too, now I'm thinking about that is a different color mirror. Alright, so that is the way to the quest marker. The game does another Eden, I'm going back now, and another Eden right before a major fight. They usually like to have a way to zap back to the entrance. I bet you this different colored mirror is that. Kind of looks that way. Yep, there's the entry point. You've been playing another Eden too long. You know exactly what they're going to say and what they're going to do, Crono. That means that there's no more maps. This will probably be the fight. Yep. No mini-map. Wide open space. Alright, how's my team looking? Let's heal up a little bit.
Are there seconds? No.
A major trial awaits Glenn beyond this point. Let's take a look at Glenn then. Remember how I said at the very beginning, I'm going to go ahead and equip Glenn just in case he's used in a fight later. And it's not like this content has been out. I don't know of any videos right now that... let's give him the Faded Star proof. Holy Legends, guys. Okay, so if we know Glenn is about to be used, let's give him some... Oh, do I want to ditch Verdanta's... You know what? This is a walkthrough. If I fail, I'll just give him all the best gear possible. But right now, Glenn is equipped... I don't know why I just kind of exited off of him. The Guidance Bracelet is some armor that you get back in like main story chapter 70s or 80s somewhere. I did give him a nice power and luck badge. He has Power of Gale to improve his wind attacks by 40%. Another 25% with Almighty Power and the Bullseye Ore. And another just flat 25%. And I gave him a Faded Star proof, which, if you're unfamiliar, 300 health, 25 MP, and all of his stats went up by 5. If you collect Faded Star fragments, and you have access to future Guerrilla's Cat Shrine renements, you can bring 10 of those fragments to the Cat Shrine and trade them in for one of those proofs. And any character can equip them, as far as I know. Alright, well, that looks okay. We've given him some skills, so don't forget to give him some skills. But it kind of sounds like he's going to be used in this fight. So I'm going to leave the water team alone in case I have to beat up something before Glenn fights. But otherwise, it said a major trial awaits Glenn. So I might not be using the water team much at all. Alright. Master difficulty Garai. Looks like I am using my water team. Maybe there's like a second part where he solos with Glenn. Alright. His resistance has changed. Is that going to affect... Alright. Weak to blue ice flare. 2 revive points. When someone's hit points hit 30% or below, physical resistance decreases. So if my team gets hurt to the point where someone's close to being defeated, then Garai will be able to do more damage. And then the rest of it are my effects. Alright. Well, since physical resistance decreases, that does suggest he does physical damage. So Deliverance Sword was definitely a good choice, I think. Alright, we're going to start off with Blue Ice Flare and just see what kind of damage it does. We'll get ourselves in a water zone and inflict pain. Well, they're taking off a lot of damage. Alright, well, there goes a life point. Something tells me that the difficulty is not what we're used to with master difficulty stuff. I'll just say it like that. We've already gone through 2 life points in the first turn. And he did 100 damage. Yep, double digits, triple digits. Okay, well, let's do an elemental wall, another blue ice flare. Does it really matter at this point? Mare Vexellum. He still has pain, so let's... Okay, that was easy. Much easier than the fight to that Starkey fight. Alright, is he going to spar a little bit with Glenn? The music doesn't really seem to indicate more fighting. Quest complete. We get 10 stones, we get 3 star charts. Oh, I got the Mark of Bravery. Oh, I got a Hero's Medal. A special area for Glenn has opened up in another... Oh, the Dream Slip Tower of Time is where you go for light and shadow points for Harl. So I guess there's a... I guess Glenn can get his light points there too. I can take on the Mark of Bravery quest at the heart of Snake Liver Damaku. Oh no, does that mean that's this, like this, a super boss? For some more star charts maybe? Well, I'm a little curious about that Heart of Damaku thing. Oh, snake spine. Well, the heart would not be the belly. There's a chest over there that I guess I never got. Well, I'm kind of curious what that bravery thing was.
Nice weapons you got there. Rest in peace.
Actually meant a sprinting raid, but... Alright. I'm holding that. I think I'm going the right way. Well, I guess I'll talk about my thoughts on the quest once I switch back to sprinting raid. Let's see. Not preemptive. Not preemptive. Not preemptive. Okay. Well, the quest itself, I'm not quite sure what time I actually started the quest, but it's only 1:15 my time, and I know I started close to midnight, so I think it only took about an hour? Which, I mean, it wasn't a whole new symphony or anything like that, so I wasn't expecting it to, you know, be like the Ode to Origins or anything like that. It was just simply a quest. So it was nice, short, sweet. The difficulty, I don't remember this map. Mark of Bravery. Start. Okay. So I guess I need to figure out how to get back to the Snake Liver Heart. Anyway, the difficulty was really, really easy, which I guess it was a quest. So instead of a whole symphony or anything like that. So I guess it wasn't, I shouldn't have expected it to be that difficult, but I did have it set to master difficulty, and it was, I guess it just isn't affected by that. That is not where I was at all, but there's the treasure chest. That's nice. Alright, I have a feeling I have no idea how to get back to where I was. This thing was turned off when I first arrived, and I thought there was an orb right over here, wasn't there? What's this thing down here?
To victory! Together, we are strong.
But aside from that, I'm
This
a little sad that Starkey did not make an appearance anywhere in all this. It's kind of like they forget he exists. I do kind of remember that area. But it was short, sweet. I mean,
nice weapons you got there.
can't complain. Completed it.
Good job, everyone. High fives all round.
No. And I don't like the fact that I cannot figure out how to get back to where I was. That's a little on the frustrating side. And I don't know if I can even look up any maps because it's so fresh. Okay, this is where we ended. Can I maybe go backwards? And go that direction, maybe? And you know, shouldn't there be an Astral Archive tome?
Don't worry. Big Sis has got your back. This ends here. Spirited performance.
Let's check that out
my
while I'm thinking about it.
sosies.
Maybe not. I would have thought it was under allies. I never did see like a new or any mention of an Astral Archive tome. I just kind of assumed there was going to be one. So how do we get the star charts for the other characters? Actually, for that matter, was that star chart just for Glenn, or was that for any of them? Alright, Goddess of Destiny star charts. Held 3. Alright. Yep, those star charts were to awaken anyone, so completing that quest allows you to stellar awaken one of these 5 characters. So now the question is, where are the rest of the star charts? Did that, It's not a reward for Mark of Bravery. I think the rest of these are, yeah, related to the old stuff. I may or may not edit out my wondering right now, because I don't really want to waste y'all's time. And that quest was kind of short, so there's not much to really talk about. I was kind of hoping there'd be like one more, like, and somehow we're in Konium. Okay. I was kind of hoping that Glenn was not going to be the only Chrono Cross character that appeared. I was kind of hoping we would gain another one. Lynx in particular had been data mined a long time ago, and I was kind of secretly hoping that Lynx would join the party. Alright, snake neck, snake mesquite, snake liver, snake spine. Alright, starting location, Snake Liver Damaku Heart. We literally were just there. You know what? I have been recording all this. I'm just going to look at my own recording. I guess it would be... I pause every so often. Let me turn the volume down. I start and stop recording every so often in case like the power goes out, then I don't lose everything. And then, you know, sometimes I have to pay attention to a kid, my wife. Let's see, that was the first clip. So now I gotta figure out which clip had that. Alright, so I am at the entrance. I'm basically right where I'm at right now. I tried using the blue orb. It did not let me, and I went to the top right exit. So I went there. I'm using my own walkthrough. What kind of existential whatever this is called. Kind of funny. Alright. So I'm pausing. I'm in the second zone. Very straightforward. Looks like I'm going to the one and only. Alright. Alright, third area. Alright, Glenn, we fight those elemental whatever creatures. it looks like when I walk in here, there's more available to me. I have the white mist, which means I need to go and click on one of those types of things. I'm going to spend more time just finding my way back to that stupid heart than I did on the entire original quest, aren't I? The white mist is here. Why didn't it stay in there? Okay. If I click on that orb, is that going to prevent me from walking back?
Barely even a battle.
Yes, it is. Terrific. Honestly, I have to be missing something. Alright, if I teleport to the belly, where do I go? This looks vaguely familiar.
Nice weapons you got there. Die! Barely even a battle.
I do kind of remember this, because we clicked on this and it created the exit to the west. I do remember traveling up there. Okay, I think we're kind of back on the right path. Is it bad that my own walkthrough kind of failed me? Alright. We have choices. Let's try going to that one. Oh, I do remember this. That was the way we eventually wanted to go, because I hadn't explored any of this, or some of it. Yeah.
Always best to lead by example, I say.
And then didn't this orb open up the stuff to the north of me?
My appreciation.
Yes, it did. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Alright, so warp to the belly and then follow what I just did. What's this? Mark of Bravery. They had a chance to obtain the Mark of Bravery. Okay. Alright, so the Mark of Bravery, he gets I guess a temporary curse, and I have to go and get 6 Grim Cassie tears. Oh, I missed the third thing it said. Alright. I got the impression I have to have Glenn in the party. Alright, Glenn is in the party. If I was smart, I would probably remove his weapon as well, because he's probably going to attack my team. In fact, this time around, let's just remove everything. And let's throw in a Toa again to recover some of the hits. Whoops. Alright, so I guess consider this some bonus material for you. We are... Ugh, it's late, it's 1:30. We are undertaking the Mark of Bravery. Use the warp, go to the belly, follow the map that I did, and the quest is to collect 6 Grim Cassie tears, I guess. Now I forget if Grim Cassies were just a casual enemy or if they were the horrors. So if they're the horrors, I might not be able to do it right now. I thought they appeared as just trash mobs. So I'll do a few fights right now. But if they appeared as horrors, I won't be able to fight them again for like, what is it, 6-hour respawn time? Something like that. We'll do 5 random fights. So this will be fight number 1.
This was a big step. Nice weapons you got
Fight number
there.
2. Man, Seal is actually about to get knocked out.
My appreciation.
Alright, come on, Grim Cassies. Big blue ghost-looking things. He really hates El Seal.
Rest in peace.
I'm starting to think maybe they're the horrors. And if so, I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow to do this quest. Technically later today, it is past midnight.
Fight with conviction.
Fight number 4, still none. I think it said something, if I remove him from the front line, I get teleported back to the heart. Alright. I don't see any Grim Cassies right here, and it's late, so I'm not going to spend much more time
Thank you for the
trying to
support.
seek them out. I know they were the horrors, so let's see what happens if I replace him in the front line. Water and axe. I'm not getting teleported back to the heart. Not fighting anything. There we go.
Always best to lead by example, I say. Barely even a battle.
Oh well, not quite sure what that was about, but Glenn must be on the front line in order to proceed. You can suspend the quest at any time from the menu. Why would I want to suspend the quest? I'd just leave, right? Okay, well I'll worry about the Mark of Bravery quest later. Looks fairly straightforward. Just go hunt down 6 of those Grim Cassies, and hopefully it's 100% drop rate. Well, let's see what loot I got. Alright. Fought a few new things. Yay. Got Glenn. Yay. And got Glenn his 5 stars. So I got 10 stones for the quest and 15, 35, 40, 50, 60, about 65 more stones. Looks like about a total of 75 stones. All right. I guess that was everything. So that was the Chrono Cross follow-up quest featuring Glenn and Einlanzer, and a relatively easy series of fights. Probably the trickiest thing was just finding my way back to the heart for a quest I can't even do right now. So anyway, hopefully something in here helps, and yeah, I hope you have fun doing this. This is Casual Chrono, signing out.